Well, good morning, everyone. This is Louise Kohl from Paulsbo, Washington. Welcome to Bueller and Friends Saturday Relive Business Training. And as I've written here, may the 4th be with you. Um, I just want to welcome everybody to a new month, and it's still go time. We've got 3 more months to June, July. Yeah, 3 more months to qualify for going to go to Hawaii. I know a lot of people are working for that. But let's go ahead and find out what's been going on in your neck of the woods, your area. Here are a couple of things that I love from Relive. Nutrition. If you don't eat according to your goals, don't expect to reach them. I just went, duh. That is so true. And life begins outside your comfort zone. This is my favorite one. I have to remember this all the time. Just sitting on the edge of my comfort zone is where things happen. Nothing happens within. So, what's been happening in your business? Anybody like to share? Anybody? Okay, fine. I'll share. As most of you know, on Wednesday this week, I had commandeered Robert Laird, who had come up to help his sister. I found out he wasn't doing anything Wednesday night, so I commandeered him to help me out. And we had a Relive Pacific Northwest launch, is what I called it, a Washington Pacific Northwest launch. And it was really fun. It was fun building for it. It was fun. It was a fun event. When I asked Robert, he said, "Well, where is it going to be?" I had no idea. All I knew was I had Robert for Wednesday, May 1st, and then worked everything around it. It was really interesting when word got out. There were people that traveled 3 hours to get here in the evening, and I had three people, one brand new who'd never ever seen the opportunity, and two new people who had seen the opportunity, and a couple new distributors. But but what was really interesting, and this is to encourage all of you, is that we could not get the projector to work. It had worked at my house, but we couldn't get it to work, and the trying to connect the Robert's device, Apple device, and I had picked up a couple of little tchotchke things that it was suggested. Anyway, we couldn't get it to work, so there were no slides. There was no whiteboard, but no panic either, because for some reason I had overnighted 2 packets of PA brochures, and so everybody had a PA brochure. Robert had a PA brochure. He'd never actually opened it and looked through it before. And we had a wonderful, wonderful meeting. It was wonderful. It works out. And so, things are happening, and we're just going to continue those on. So just no panic. You can always do Relive no matter what. And very last resort, we could have had everybody log into the Wi-Fi and pull up the slides on each of them on their iPhones, but we did it this way, and it worked out really well. So I can't thank Robert enough for lending us his time. It was a lot of fun, and his sister is within walking distance of my house now. So anyway, so anybody else? Have I muted everybody? I hope not. No, everybody's on. Carla, could you talk to me so that I know?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, I just I think you're doing a really, really good job. And I think that it's the beginning of the month, and I think sometimes it's kind of funny. Some people think, well, it's the beginning of the month, I'm going to get my business started, and then they kind of wait till the middle of the month, and then it gets to the end of the month. Oh, okay, that's too late. I'm going to start next month, and it's just, I think that you should start the month out like you're closing the month out, and
Yes.
that's every time that we advanced to, whether it was senior director, master director, presidential director, ambassador, bronze, silver. I remember the first day of the month and the last day of the month because I never worked so hard in my life. And I think it just gets back to how hard you want it. And if this is something that you really want to do, there's nothing that stops you. I mean, yep, you might get 1,000 no's, but how many yeses are you going to get? And so I just think that when we listen to this, and and I think everyone's at different places in their life, and when you ask people what's going on and it's silent, I think there's nothing. I was just sitting here thinking, I think that we all have things to share, but sometimes we don't think that there may be, as maybe not as big as somebody else's. I think that if you're moving forward, Jim always says you're either green and growing or ripe and rotten. So
Right.
if you're putting a step forward and you're moving forward, share what you've done, because that is what, moves your business. And I don't know, I was just thinking here, we're going on 28 years, Louise.
Wow.
28 years of, things that we've done. And of course, it's obvious that we're, for us, and everyone's different in their life, but, I think it's just, what do you want? And if you want it bad enough, if you really want to go to Hawaii, then you make it happen. I mean, nobody else is going to do it for you. And you have to start the month out like you're closing it out. And really, for the next 3 months, you work hard. And it not only is a Hawaii trip, but it gives you momentum in your business. And
Oh,
and
absolutely.
and a foundation that will carry you forever. That when we work the hardest, those people are still in the business as far as still ordering product. Are they doing the business? Nope. But they're sharing, they have their own small groups of people, but that's what makes us so successful. Jim always says, I'd rather have the efforts of, 1% of 99 people than 100% of one person. So,
Oh, and how true that is. And just to let you know, Cheryl drove all the way from Swim.
wow.
Yeah, very impressive. Very impressive. It
Yay.
was awesome to see her, and it was great. And she shared her story too. So yeah. So I want this. It was a fun meeting. I had one meeting. How long has it been since you've ever heard me say we've had this meeting? But I have to tell you that once I got back from Concord, I was talking to everybody about this meeting even before I had a location. I don't know how many people I talked to on the Sunday before. On the Sunday before the meeting on Wednesday, there had been a reply of 30 people, and I thought I was going to need to have more chairs. Then by Monday, things started dwindling. Oh, I forgot my nephew's got a baseball game and a this and a that and a whatever. And, it's that 50%, 50%, 50%. But we had like 17, 18 people that were there, that showed up from a long distance, that were committed. They said they'd come, and they were there, but I didn't invite 17 people. It was like a whole lot more. And I was reminded that, just like you said, Quila, you just keep working hard. And anyway, so I know other things are happening. What's going
Hi,
on?
Louise.
Hi.
Louise, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is Yvette. So last week I had signed up the Quick Start, and she got her product last night. She was so excited because I had done a couple follow-up calls throughout the week. And she called me last night and said, okay, my product came in. She was very excited. And I said, okay. So in the morning she goes, oh, well, I was so excited I just took it tonight because I got it. She was very excited. And so I set up a time in the next couple days to talk to her to kind of see how her body's responding and stuff, and that was good. And then from the people that I had gotten contact with from the booth on Sunday, I've been following up throughout the week. And, you know, everybody's busy lifestyles. It's hard to get a time scheduled, but I did finally connect with one lady this week, and she signed up as a distributor and just ordered the core nutrition. So we'll wait for her product to come in. So, yeah.
Oh, fantastic, Yvette. That's wonderful.
Thanks.
How exciting. How exciting. How about one more?
So, Louise, this is Brenda.
Hi.
Hey, so I'm just going to say that I am super excited for the video that just came out from Relive on the CBD or hemp oil.
Yep.
And I was reminded then on the Joyce Ferguson call yesterday about the importance of sharing our story and how we need to remove the negatives. We need to figure out how to be positive, to keep it short and concise, and to practice. We need to practice so that when we're sharing for ourselves or when we're sharing for someone else, that they're getting the message, but we're doing it in a positive way, and that we should be sending out this video on the hemp oil and get people excited about what's happening and what's new in Relive.
Yes, that was a wonderful video, and yes, we are going to see that. But thank you for that, Brenda. Thank you. That was a really good video and good information. So, all right, well then, here we go. This is it, and I'm going to have to change screens here, so bear with me because we are going to, where did it go? Hang on just a minute. I had it all set up. I must have blown it somehow. Everybody's watching me. Sorry, you guys are watching all this stuff. Let me. Okay. I sent the video to myself from my from the app, and so here it goes. Can everybody see this blank screen?
We're still seeing the announcement.
How about this? Can you see this?
No.
Well, then never mind. I'm just going to go back. Never mind. It's not working. Okay. I was trying. I thought that I had it. I tried to play it. It wouldn't play. Anyway, everybody go to your app and watch that video. It's 41 seconds long. I have been sending it out. I've gotten to the E's in my phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to scroll through to make sure they're not Relive people. But I've had responses already from people who are very excited. A new distributor said, this is awesome, but how do I get to Hawaii? And I'm talking to them this morning at 12. They want to go to Hawaii, and they signed up like last week. So it's a great opportunity. The other thing I wanted to say is there have been wonderful videos. Debbie Grins did a great education on CBD on her Monday call. I've done some in the past. Go look at those. Go look up, educate yourself. It's not all here yet, and I've already in sending out, some people have contacted me and said, well, you know, what is the difference between blah, 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 blah. And some people think they know more. And in Washington, we've had this, the marijuana industry has been legal and all of this. There's a lot of, you will get kickback, not because it's illegal, but because there is this the CBD from marijuana is stronger than the CBD from hemp, blah, blah, blah. All I say is, I'm not a microbiologist. I'm not a geneticist. I do not have a doctorate, and I know that this has been worked on scientifically with science behind it for a long time. And that's what I trust. I'm not getting into any arguments about it. So educate yourself, not so that you have fuel for an argument, just so that you could stand firm and have good, strong posture, because it's relive. I love this RLV. That's our stock sign. It's great. Anyway, so I'm sorry that video didn't play, but you can find it on your app. It's right there. So let's move on. So with all of that, how do you succeed with Relive? New product, new line of product. It isn't any different from when Quila and Jim started 28 years ago. Same. Circle of success. Fundamental steps. New people, new people, new people. You know, we have the Relive system. That, I don't believe, has changed. I think Quila and Jim have talked about their cockeyed, Xeroxed papers that they used to give out, and they had as much success, if not more, because of their passion. We have all this glitzy stuff that is all very modern and up to date, but it's our passion. So it's our passion with new people. So you fuel your business with new people. And then here's the circle of success. It's all about taking action. And I have to say that this Saturday, right now, I am speaking with more conviction than I think I have in past Saturdays because of just going forward, not letting anything divert me, but just moving forward because I see what I want in front of me. And so the first thing to do is to identify. And there's, I think I'll get into that later, but identify, connect, share the story, ask for a decision, register and go, and follow up, and then repeat. You go around and then you repeat. It's the daily fundamentals. So identifying, it's interesting that it gets to, there are people on my list that I have still not gotten to because other people have come forward. But it's a matter of, I was told in the very beginning, don't cross off people, leave them on. It's a circular, your list is circular. But in looking over it, I realized that there were people, I don't even know if they live in this area anymore, that I never got to because other people just developed. They came into my life and they were right there in front of me, sort of thing. So, but it's important to have them written down anyway. So it's always good to think of, why did you think of them? For product, for business, and as I told the distributor yesterday is, who are the first 5 we're going to talk to today? Just pick your first 5. You want to go to Hawaii? Let's go. Let's go. And there's always new people to talk to. It's really interesting how they may not have talked to you 3 years ago, but they're talking to you again. I had a text on, on Thursday. Are you still selling Relive? I love those. I love people asking me that because I love to be able to say yes, that I didn't. It just reminds me you didn't quit. And it's not hard to add to the list every day. It's if you just stay focused, those people come to you, and just be open to it. Don't discount your who you know. So then it's connecting with the people, and the connecting. You know, sometimes the identifying and the connecting happens at the same time. It does for me. I meet somebody. I met somebody at the gym. My husband introduced me to somebody who had the same trainer as he, and she was talking about some beet juice, something or other, and he he said he had said something about what he was doing and how he'd lost all his weight, and he said, well, hang on. And as I came around on the track, he pulled me off and said, I'd like to introduce you to, she's the expert. Well, I said, actually, I'm not the expert. And anyway, just met her. So it was an identify and a connect right there, and got her phone number and went off from there. But, what do you say? How do you feel? Just be natural. I love quoting Quila, find your own voice. Just be yourself. You don't have to be anybody else. It's very interesting that before, and I've heard this more than once, before we were distributors, we could talk to anybody. We became distributors and suddenly we didn't know what to say. Really, you still say, hi, how are you? And then, and in the course of the conversation, you will find out their why. There are all sorts of ways to do it. Setting the appointment is the goal. Giving them, and I've changed that from setting the appointment because that kind of put pressure on me. But my obligation is to share the information I have that could be very beneficial to them, physically or financially. And so that's my obligation, to share the information. And so that's what I make sure that I have an appointment to do that, but I'm not thinking set an appointment. That's just me and the game I play with myself. Opening sentences, there's all sorts, and these are definitely suggestions. The best one, of course, is how are you? Isn't it amazing when you look at people in the face, you're looking at them, and there's nobody else around you. Yes, there are, but you're paying only attention to them, and you ask them, how are you? They will just spill the beans, because people want to be heard. People want to be known. Like Robert Montgomery says, make me feel important. And that's what, and we have lots of tools and stories to validate that. Every time I connect somebody to a new person to somebody I'd like to have them hear their story, they are so honored that I took the time to introduce them to somebody. It doesn't matter that I don't match conditions really, but just that they're meeting somebody who takes the time to share, it just means so much. So sharing the story, you share your story, you share your why, your belief, your heart, and that's just being sincere and genuine. The sharing the whole real story and the opportunity books. Boy, am I happy about those opportunity books, because those slides and videos, we just could not get the box light to work. There was something. I think it's because it's ancient, but anyway, opportunity books are amazing, and I love this new one, because one of the things that in showing the opportunity or the compensation plan always showed like a triangle, and people would constantly ask me, is this a pyramid? Is this a pyramid? Is this a pyramid? I got really sick of it, so I asked my mentor. I just said, oh, I get so sick of this pyramid. I have the comeback. It's not throwing me off. I just get sick of people asking the question of ignorance. And he said point blank, well, if you don't want them to ask, is this a pyramid? Don't show them a pyramid. And that's exactly what is in the new opportunity book. There's no pyramid. I love it. I absolutely love it. Online, if you don't have them, look at them online. You can look at them online. You can actually send them to people. Um, the Get Started, those have been amazing training things, um, to just point new distributors in that direction and give them a little homework, and then go through actual walking through it, in real life, in real time with them, and introducing your upline and of course other stories. I just want to say to everybody on this call and that I so appreciate all of you, because you're always available for sharing your story, and it just means so much that that we can just call everybody each other, and know that it's very unique, and I love that uniqueness. So we help new people get engaged. Um, who do they know? Of course, there's always the Relive meetings and events, in-home parties, the webinars, conference calls, introducing them to your upline and other distributors, lifestyle magazines. Relive blog is awesome, and video tools. Relive has so many tools for us, and it's pretty impressive what you get for $40. And you don't have to know it all. And I think that's the most important. It's very encouraging to other people to know that you don't know it all, but you know where to find it. And decision that's the most important, is our jobs, collecting decisions. Our jobs are to collect decisions. Yes or no, it's still a decision. And being prepared for business, having products and tools with you at all times, have the recommended order. There's another thing with the way we ended up doing this meeting, is that the distributor form was right on the back of the opportunity books. Everybody had one. It was awesome. It just worked out so well. I guess when you just don't get all anxious, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just so grateful. And be ready. I mean, they're just being ready. And I think that what happened was there was just a lot of strong posture, and people will succumb to that. I think, Quila, you last Saturday, was it last Saturday, that you talked about walking through a room. You wanted to get from one side of the room to the other, and you just put into practice your posture.
It was a couple of weeks ago when I went to we were at a Blazer game.
I think that was before Easter even, but I've remembered that, and it's so true. You have good posture, and it does. It parts the waters. People will come up to you. It's amazing. It's amazing. Wallflowers don't attract anything. So asking for a decision, and this is the best. This is the best combination. I mean, I just turned somebody onto this, and they decided, oh, this is a great idea. Then I won't run out. But in a matter of a week of being on product, the woman who didn't tell me she had anxiety issues, she just said she didn't feel great, sort of women's issues, not feeling great. But she expressed yesterday that her anxiety is completely gone, and she loves this product. She was expressing it to a group of 45 people, and I'm like, keep talking. Awesome. So again, you ask questions and you listen. Super PAC, it's great. They're not obliged to this. They can, the beauty of Relive is we'll just customize it to your needs. Keeping it really simple, and keeping it simple is hard. But I had to say that Wednesday night was simple because of the hard work of Relive putting all of that material together. It looked simple for us. It was so simple. but a lot of hard work went into it, and that is that is just it's wonderful, and we need to do the same thing. So who do you know who can benefit from Relive products? That's what I'm always asking. And the other part is who do you know who could benefit from the Relive business? A person I was talking to who has their own brick and mortar business, or have had it for like 25 years, do extremely well, but guess what they don't have? Retirement. And I happened to mention how I think it was Pat Rogers who needed to have retirement, and had his own business but needed retirement, and their ears perked up. And anyway, it was, customer, distributor, master affiliate. It's something that they might need to think about, and that's when you're quiet. You're quiet. And yeah, like today, I'm going to revisit the comp plan, find out exactly what level they're interested in, but they're already distributors. So, and who do you know that might want to start a Relive business? And that's the exciting thing, is they want to go to Hawaii. They've got a goal. They've got a goal. So register and go. Follow up with consumers. Follow up is key. It took a while it takes some effort, and lots of it, to talk to people, to engage with them. But if you don't follow up, all of that effort is gone for naught. And follow up is great. Now it diminishes after they're constantly on it, but they do like periodically to get a call. And I have a fellow who calls me and says, "Hey, I didn't get my Thursday call. What happened?" So he's back on Thursday calls, but it's fun. It's fun when people really enjoy the stories, enjoy the product, and enjoy the encouragement. Keeping it simple, again, just following up with them taking their shakes. It could be like Yvette had. This gal is so excited. Boom, she opened a product. She could not wait to get it in her body. That is really a great start. That is so wonderful. Yeah, why wait? But that's because there was so much wonderful information it was before she ever got her product, that she was too excited to wait. It was wonderful. And isn't it great to hear the results? Some people, and remember, it took me 4.5 months. I was no, I don't have any results, but they do come little by little. And the best way to follow that is when you have a customer questionnaire, or find out where they're starting at. I like to tell them it's their starting point, so that we have something to measure, to follow, and then you can ask them. And again, it's always good to know to ask them, who do you know? Because that could be their people, even if it's a customer. And I've changed customers, people who are customers, from customers to distributors, because they kept telling me people that they know, and I'm like, well, why should I get all the money? Why not diminish the price of your product a little bit? And of course, everybody's interested in savings. There are some people who are like, no, it's okay, you can do it. But most of the time, people are interested in savings. And this is only a guideline. Again, common sense. But setting up distributors to succeed is working with them to build their list, working with them to connect, working with them, share their story, practicing connecting, practicing sharing your story. And Roger talked about that, about how he practiced with his upline, how to do 3-ways. It's important. It sounds very, very elementary, but guess what? These people, you may know, you may have been in the business for a while and it may come as second nature to you, but it doesn't to them. Remember how it was when you first got started. And then, you know, reviewing the basics of running a real estate business, helping them order, helping them register people, just really doing hands-on until they are earning residual income to the point where they really don't need you hands-on. But don't leave their side until there's consistent money in their pocket. That's my philosophy. I don't leave their side. And at first I thought it was micromanaging, but I realized it's not micromanaging. I'm not telling them each thing to do. I'm just there, connected to them until they are doing everything on their own. And not being a helicopter mom. But, you know, the distributor kit, it's so easy, just online, boom, done. And people can register online and already have other people registered online before they ever get their kit. And it's really exciting. This technology makes things so amazing. So let's just review the system. We go over the system and using these tools. Again, still, my favorite tool is not on this slide, and that is the decision tool. Gave out a lot of those on Wednesday. Everybody went home with a decision tool and a opportunity book, because it just spelled out everything. It was a great review. But we have lots of tools, and all of them can be emailed and, you know, electronically sent out, and all of that. It's just beyond me. It's wonderful. So here's the Relive system. Our next thing is Chicago in July, and register if you're not registered. Hotel, get the hotel, and airfare. It's going to be an amazing conference. I know the Felgers have committed to having 2,000 there. Concord was wonderful. It was so wonderful and intimate, and I was really, really glad that I went. Chicago is going to be, you know, the next step. We're growing with this new Relive. It's very, very exciting. So daily presentations, in-homes meetings, upline three-way calls, trainings, and webinars, all about new people. And then we've got the corporate support, the podcasts and the product calls and support tools. And also on Facebook. And we've got those involved with Fit3. It's really, really encouraging. There's just lots and lots of relationship. And so engaging your team in all of that, develop a library of stories. And I call it my arsenal. Just lots and lots of stories. There are some people that are my go-to people who are an encyclopedia. I just say, I'm looking for, and they will start naming names. They're even better than my library of stories. But to build ambassadors, you build relationships, and relationships are really, really amazing. I cherish the relationships I have with each and every one of you on this call. It's really important to me. It helps, and you know, staying engaged to what is going on in Relive, and when you have developed the relationships, that's easy. Make sure that your new people, that you and your new people are signed up for Relive emails and the blog, and get them on the Relive International and Fit3 social media. And get them signed up for texts too. All of that. Make sure that they're connected. and then set those goals, review the road to presidential, stretch their thinking, which will stretch yours. What will it take to make key director in X amount of months? Key director by July, senior director by July, master director by July. Who will be the next key director in your organization, or directors in your organization? Map that out. It's great to put it on paper or on a whiteboard. I remember being in Kyla's office a while back. She had a whiteboard. It was just very inspiring, wonderful. Always working it, because Kyla hasn't arrived, although we think she has, but she's so wonderful. She just keeps working it. What a great example. What a great example. So it's about duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. So again, identify, connect, share the story, ask for a decision, register and go, and follow up. But then who's next? And you do this, repeat 1 through 5, repeat 1 through 5, repeat, actually 1 through 6, repeat, and then teach your people to do the same. And hands-on, stay close to them until they don't need you anymore, and then you can they can go out on their own and be connected to other people. So upcoming events, I do want to say that May 30th on Mercer Island is going to be a opportunity meeting. Me and Lana Lempert are going to do it together. Mercer Island is in the middle of Lake Washington, so it's east of Seattle. People from Renton are a little southeast or a little south, but it's they can go there. People from Kent, anyway, and I'm from Paulsville, and I'm going there. But that's what's happening in our area. What's going on in other parts of the Relive world in the Pacific Northwest and beyond? Anyone? What about in Utah? Isn't there something coming up in Utah?
If I can chime in, Louise, Christina and I are going to the Girlfriends Getaway in Atlanta.
Oh my goodness, yes. Awesome. And I believe Nidra Smith from California is going also.
I was going to say some more West Coast representation.
Yay.
It's not too late. It's not too late.
I would be going, but we're going to go from Orlando like 2 days before. So I can't.
I'm going to be in San Francisco the weekend before, and I said, I'm going. So it's going to be 2 busy weekends in a row, but it's going to be so much fun.
That'll be great. That will be great. Oh man, we can't wait to hear about it. So any presentations going on?
Yep, Louise, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is Luann. Yes, in Utah, Thursday, May 9th, 6:30 at Jennifer Eve's home. We're having kind of a fiesta dinner and presentation. And then May 11th, Saturday training with a brunch at Jennifer's house.
Oh, wonderful. Good deal. Anything else happening around the close areas? That's it? Awesome. Well, you guys have a great time, and we'll be talking to you one more time, a couple more times before you go, but it's going to be exciting. The girls weekend, that's going to be fun. And yeah, because Eileen Tesh is going to be one of the speakers. Awesome. And there's going to be some pretty awesome speakers. I was looking at that. That's going to be a great, great time. So everyone, have a very productive and fun week. Remember, keep it simple. Love you all. Thanks so much. I'm going to turn off the recording now.